Morning. Good morning, everyone. It is time. I am Ron. This is Functional Fitness on Monday morning. 10:30. Not the crack of dawn necessarily. Close to it, but not quite. Let's go into a march. Looking for that alignment. Getting those toes, knees, hips, everything going forward. Up and back. And as you go, start getting those knees just a little bit higher. Take your time. Find your balance on that single leg. You're looking for that ball of the foot, inside to outside, to the middle of the heel. That diamond. I had a problem. I wasn't sure how to do that. So make the diamond. On the bottom of your feet, what you're looking for is as much surface contact. All the way, all the foot on the floor. And up. Opposite arm, opposite leg comes up. Giving just a little more balance, gives you a little more endurance. You can go just a little bit farther using those arms as momentum. And up. So 2 days class. You may wonder what's going on today. What is going on today? We're going to do lower body. I thought, let's go all lower body. Lower body strength, lower body balance, those kinds of things. Once we hit the floor, then it's core. But until, all lower body. So start out. That means we have to get the ankles warmed up a little bit. Let's do some rotations with it. Whoops. Around and back the opposite direction. Get those circles in there. We want to get that ankle loosened up. And other side, same thing. Because we do not work the ankles specifically enough. They are the base of our support. Everything else is dependent on the ankles being straight. If the ankles aren't, every other joint has to move to accommodate. That means all joints are out of alignment. Round and around. And feet right here. Heels out, heels out, toes forward, heels in, pivoting through the ball of the foot and the heel. Out. Knees try to stay forward as much as possible. Out and out. Getting that movement. 2 directions. There and there. On the ball of the foot. Just rotate that heel. Feel the Achilles tendon stretching out. Tightening up. Getting it warmed up and ready to go because we'll need it too. Again, alternate direction. Go one way, then the other. Other side. Same thing. You're on the ball of the foot, rolling that heel around and around. Try to get as much movement through the heel, not the foot rolling. You want that ankle to do the most movement. One way and then the other. One way or another. Like that. All right. 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Lift the leg. Go slow. 1, 2, and then bring it back again. You can take your time. You want to warm up the hip flexors. Find your balance at the same time. There will be a little bit of balance in this. Everything has a little bit of balance. You're always picking one foot up and back. You can take your time with it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Get those knees up. Don't be looking at your feet either. 3 and 4. You want to be looking right out in front of you. Get those arms going. Make sure the toes, knees, and hips are all pointed right straight forward. Don't let the foot go off to the side or out. Don't let it hit at an angle. Setting the foot down either in or out. Bad for the ankles. Bad for alignment. Just bad all around. 3 and 4. All right. Step out to the side and bring it over. Other side. Heel comes up first onto the ball of the foot. So you got pick up, heel, ball of the foot, lift, balancing on that single leg, but this time going sideways instead of front to back. Heel touches, and then the other one follows. Trailer leg must come up as well. Get the hang of that. So if you do ever trip to the side, you're not just dragging that foot along like you usually do. That's normally what happens. We lift that first foot up, that lead leg, but then the back leg, a trailer leg, usually gets dragged along for the ride. Over, arms back, shoulders back, elbows back, step out, reach out, and back. Still concentrate on those feet as they move. You also want to make sure you got that hip hinge going on, shoulder blades back, out and in, out and back, step and in, forward lunge, step it out, push up off the ball of the foot, coming back, out. Sorry, don't push off the ball of the foot. That was completely wrong. Step out, pick up the heel, lift, and come back. We want the work to happen in the rear chain. Down. Start getting a little deeper with it. You go out, come down, knee stays over the ankle on that front leg, push up and back. Other side, up and back, and up. Reverse, take it back, and push it up. Ball of the foot, coming down, up through the front leg, and back. Hip flexors getting involved here heavily, and up, down, and up. Get a little deeper, and up. One more, down, and up. Into a box step, forward, to the side, back, kind of a lunge, and back out to the side, that lateral lunge, and step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, don't look at the feet. Let the body or let the brain do the work, figuring out where everything is, and out, to the side, up, back, and back. So if you can, bounce it. Just a little hop off the balls of the feet, little plyo in there, up, over, and back, up, warming up the legs, warming up the brain, plus the ankles. When you go side to side, you're pushing off to the side. Ankles got to hold in place to keep it from going rolling out, over, don't let it roll out, and over. Last one, cross, up, little bounce, and hop it back. 2 steps, 1, 2, cross the front, around, and tap, over the front, picking that foot up. So the important thing here, lift the leg over the top, and then tap, and back, up and over, up and back. Get the arms going with it. Getting that balance through the arms. As the foot goes over to the side, you're over here making sure you're counterbalancing that leg. Out, out, couple more. 1 and 2, and bring it around to the back. Skaters, step and in. Out and back. Back and up. Get into that. Down, just if you can in the front, make sure the knee is over the ankle, and come back up. Arms out to the sides. As we come down, rotate the shoulders, reach toward that leg, and up. Hip hinge, vital here. Make sure you're not getting the shoulders down, reaching down, looking at the floor. You're looking out, diagonal in front of you, because that back is straight, spine's going right up into the skull, and you're taking a straight line right through there. So that all you're doing is rotating the spine, not bending at the same time. Around and up, around and up. Arms out again, knee up, tap, rolling the shoulders, and around. Concentrate, stationary leg, being flat on the floor. You want all kinds of floor surface contact there. All of it, the entire bottom of the foot. Around and around. We're getting rotation through the shoulders here. So you're rotating that shoulder girdle, keeping it in a straight line all the way around, not just reaching across. It's around, getting that thoracic spine, middle of the back to get some rotation in it at the same time. Up and over. Again. And we're there. All right. Forward lunge. Hip hinge down, keeping the knee over the ankle. Shoulder blades are back. As you come down, you should feel the hamstrings on the back of that lead leg stretching out. And push up. Step back. Ball of the foot. Then you're coming down in a hip hinge. Knee stays over the ankle. Shoulder blades are back. Chest is out. And walk it in. This is like you were doing a single leg deadlift. Reach down on the sides of the leg. Push up as you come up. Bring the arms up overhead. Other side. Step back, coming down to that hip hinge. Reach, roll the shoulders to the floor, stretching out the upper back, and then step it up. And back, shoulder blades way back. Feel the chest open up. Couple more, down, arms down with that hip hinge. Feel the stretch through the hamstrings. Bring it up and over. Last one. Back, shoulders down, arms down, chest toward the front leg. Step up and bring the arms back and roll those down. Coming up, butt kickers, bring it up and up. High as you can get that heel with the knee pointing toward the floor. What you're looking for is a stretch here on the front chain, getting those quadriceps and hip flexors. Above the knee, all the way up to the hips, and up, and up. Elbows back, shoulders back, wide row, bring it in. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Palms down to start out with. And once you've got a little more comfort there, bring the palms out. That does is that works the shoulder a little harder, so this may cause your shoulder some problems. If it does, go back to the hands flat toward the floor or the palms. And back, over, and back. Side steps, 1, 2, 3. Kick at the end. So 1, 2, 3, butt kicker. There's like those wide ones we did. Just adding a couple steps in between. Get a little hop if you can. Boom, over, and up. If you do that hop, make sure you're on the balls of the feet, coming up off the floor so you don't drag the feet on the floor and trip. Over and up. And back. Tap. Or get the heel up as high as you can. You don't have to touch the butt. It's just making sure that you're getting it up all the way, getting that side-to-side movement at the same time that you're getting that stretch through the front chain and working those hamstrings in the back of the thigh. And over and back. 4-step, just like this. We're going to go into a squat. Out and down. Up. 1, 2, 3. Leg comes down, so does the torso. And back up. 2, 3. And down. Back up. 2. Getting that smooth movement. Torso, upper body, and lower body moving at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Knee is bending as you come down, going into that hip hinge. Coming back up as the knees extend, so does the hips. So do the hips. And down, up, 2, 3, 4. Stay in the squat. Stay here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, back down. Step, 2, 3, 4. Up. Quadriceps are working here. 1, 2, 3, and up. You should feel it way more in the front of the thighs. Down in the squat, 4 steps. Up, back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. Back down. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're there. We're going to walk. We're going to just take a calf stretch. Leg out, foot up, into a hip hinge here. And then push up. Other foot comes down, toe stays up. Hip hinge over that front leg, stretches in the calf muscles. And again, 1, out. And there, I have to turn around. My camera's only so wide. Out, hip hinge. Bring the foot down to the floor, come up off that back leg. And again, this is kind of the opposite of a, wow, a lunge, forward lunge walk, fireman's carry. There we go. Down and up, toe up, and push back up on the heels. Oh, wait, 2 left. Hands on the thighs. Roll, hands on the hips. Roll the hips. Oh, goodness, I need a break. And around. Go back the other way. Remember, the torso is not turning with it. It's not out and around. It is just getting those hips involved. As you go, the more you do it, the farther you should be able to get with it. Out back, to the side, out front, and back again. The hula thing, hands on the knees. Same thing. Roll the knees this time. Around, feel the movement within the knees, the hips, and the ankles. And around, upper body's not rolling, just those hips or the knees. Around and around. 2 more. 1, 2. Okay, we're done with that. We're going to grab a drink of water, then we're going to grab the weights. But the water first. All right, how many weights do we need to start out with? 2 weights. 2 weights. So we're going to work on, you got a couple of minutes here. We're going to go shoulder blades back, coming down. It's a suitcase squat. So you've got the weights on the sides, down, not laying on the thighs, but coming down as far as you can. As you come down, you're going to be rolling that hip underneath and then pushing right straight up again. So it's down. As you're coming down, that hip rolls underneath so that you're not laying on the thighs, and then pushing up. Once the hips are underneath, you can drive right straight up again. That's how the first one's going to go. Hip flexors, quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes. Everything knee up, front and back. You ready? Let's do it. Down. Roll that hip forward. Push up. Don't roll the hip so far forward that the knees go out, so it's not rolling out all the way. It's just a little hip tuck down and up so the knees don't go past the toes, and then push up again. Heavy quadriceps. It feels in the front of the thighs. As you make that roll in and then push up, this whole front chain is doing a whole lot of work. It's contracting to bring the hips in, roll, and working to get you standing up again. 10 seconds left. Down, roll, and push up. 2 more. Underneath, drive right straight up again. That smooth movement as you're going down, butt's going out, and then as you get to the bottom, you start rolling it in, and then pushing up. Man, there's no better way to get those quadriceps. That's the best I know of. All right, single leg deadlift. Out into a stagger step. Knee over the ankle on that front leg. Shoulder blades are back. Just go down easy here for the first one. We're not even on the clock yet. This is just practice. We're practicing. And back up again. Shoulder blades are back. Come out as far as you can over that front leg. Stop when you get to the knee. Push. Push that butt out. Without letting the knee go backwards, just drive the butt out and then push up through that front leg. Feel the muscles work in the back chain all the way up to the butt. All right. That's how we're going to do the first one. Second one's going to be the same thing on the other side. So we got that. All right, let's go. Down. And push up. Feet should be parallel. Mine weren't. They are now because I can see it in the monitor. Down. And push back up through the heel, driving the hips forward. Back down. We're taking our time here. Doesn't have to go fast. And don't, please, what I see all the time is arms down, trying to touch the floor, rolling the shoulders down. It's not what we're looking for. We're looking for you to feel the muscles in the glutes and the hamstrings doing the work to bring you back up. So down, push the butt back, and up. Take a break. We're going to go to the other side. Front leg's doing all the work here. Through this whole thing. It's on the front leg. All right, here we go. Here we go now. Down. I was kind of leaning off to the side, push up through the heel, drive the hips forward and up. Again, that knee should always be right over the ankle. Whoops. And push back up again. It should not go forward. Down. Stop when the weights get to the knees. Push the butt out. And then drive through that heel. Up. Back. Keeping those shoulder blades back. Spine is straight all the way up into the base of the skull. So when you go down, you're not bending the neck at all. It's staying straight. Drive through that heel and come back up. One more time. Down. Again, rear chain and push up. Again. Single weight. You can set one down. 2 is getting to be too heavy. You need to go with just 1. All right. Reverse lunge. One side only. You're going to come back, step it back, take and do a rotation. Yes, we're rolling the shoulder girdle around. So you're back in that reverse lunge. Bring the weight around. You can follow the torso. Your chin can follow the torso, but make sure that knee doesn't go out with it. That's what usually happens with this. Keep the weight really tight to the torso as you come around. Roll that back shoulder around so the shoulder girdle stays in a straight line, and then bring it back up again. So it's back, rotate, keep the core tight, exhale just like you were on the floor doing a crunch, and back up. Here we go. Step back, run the clock, and up. Take your time, back. This isn't a fast move here. Get back as far as you can. Push with that front arm so you can get those back arm to go around as possible and back up. But you're also pushing forward that back arm. That's what's going to engage those obliques on the side of the core. And up. Feel the work happening in the quadricep on the front leg as well. Quadriceps, back, and up. 10 seconds. 2 more. 3 more. 3, and up. 2, rotate, squeeze, and up. Last one, back with that rotation, and up. We're going to do the same on the other side, not for another like 10 seconds. Take some breaths. Concentrate on form, knee over the ankle. As you go back, the knee does not collapse. You ready? Take it back. Rotate. And up. Down, around, squeeze. Core's tight. You're exhaling as you go back. Shoulders stay upright. Don't lean forward. One thing with the back, we're doing rotation. Around. And back up. So where you're also going to feel this is in the hips. Heavily in the hips, getting that lower body and up. So the hips are working in that rotation as well as the obliques. 10 seconds. Back up. 2 more. Step it back. Roll. And up. Last one. Step back. Rotate. Forward. And back. All right. 2 weights. 2. So the reason we're going like this, I can't do all double weight exercises, 2 weight exercises, because they hit the same muscle groups pretty much, a lot of the same ones. So we go to 1 and then do obliques or the sides of the hips. And now we go back to the quadriceps. We're there. All right, so we're going to do a deadlift. This time, feet together, down, pushing the butt out. Feel the stretch in the hamstrings. Shoulder blades are back, chest is out. As you come up, heels up, working the calf muscles to lift that heel, working balance. And heels come down slowly. So do you. Stop at the knees, push the butt out, roll the hips forward, knees stay over the ankles, up, shoulders back, and back down. That's the movement. If you started already, good job. But now we're on the clock. Down. You got some practice in. Up. So I really drive into those heels as I'm coming up to make sure that the knees don't move. Down. I don't want them coming forward. So I push into the heels, squeeze the back chain to bring those knees back, making sure they don't go forward. And back down, halfway into it. Butts back. Roll the hips forward, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the hamstrings, bring it up. 2 more. Down. Butts back. And up. Up with the heels. Back down. Hamstrings, glutes, and calves, the whole rear chain. Ankle right up to the hips. And back down. couple exercises left. Okay, for this one, we're going to go into a squat. Legs wide, down in a squat. If you can, drop the weight down and come back up, down with the other side and back up. Problem with that is, if you do that, make sure the shoulders aren't going down to drop it down. Otherwise, wide squat, down, hand off on the other side, and come up, squeezing the glutes. All right, you ready? I'm just going to do the handoff. That down to the floor is too much for me this morning. Down, roll it. Weight is underneath. So when we did those squats, remember, as you're coming down, those hips are rolling underneath and then pushing right straight up again. So it's down, roll, hand off, and come up. Take it down, roll the hips underneath, switch hands, and up. So what you're getting here is as you shift the weight to the other side, you're going to feel the muscles working on that side more. Back down. So you have to adjust. Good core exercise is what this is, because you always have to stay right between the two legs. Down and up. Down, 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 down. Switch off. Roll the hips. Come up. One more time. Down. Switch off. And up. All right. Going back to the rear chain. So that was a lot of front chain. This time we're going to go single weight. Stay on one side. We're going to go down. Hip hinge. Not going down like a deadlift. Just hip hinge forward and up. Sorry. Reverse lunge. Let's try that again. Back up just like 30 seconds. So for the next one, we're going to take a reverse lunge. Coming down and then pushing up. Step it back. And up, staying on the one side. One weight or two doesn't matter. Single weight works the core. Down. We're starting. And up. As long as you can stay on that one leg. Up. And bring it in. Step back. Hip hinge. Through that front leg. Push. Again, we're back in that rear chain. Working the hamstrings and the glutes. Drive up through the heel. Remember that knee on the stationary side stays forward or stays right over the ankle all the way. Squeeze the muscles in the back of that leg to keep that from moving. Knee to ankle stays lined up. 10 seconds, 2 more. Down, push up, last one, back, down, and up. Other side. Couple deep breaths. Here we go. Other side. Back. Got it. Forgot which leg. 15 seconds was too long. I couldn't remember. Step back. Take it down. Lift. And in. Back. Into that hip hinge. Kicking the butt back. Lift the back leg up. Push through the front. Again, knee does not go forward. You're taking away the work where it's supposed to be on this one. Big muscle groups, hamstrings and glutes, keeping them strong, up, making those muscles do the work. Concentrate on that knee. That's the important piece here. Up, and it stays straight, down, and up. One more time, one after this one, and bring it up. Last one, step back, push, and bring it up. Put the weights down. Put the weight down. Grab a drink of water. We're going into other stuff. Not floor yet, though. No mats needed yet. So Taz gets a chance to keep sleeping. So Thursday morning classes, being an hour earlier, 2 hours earlier, whatever it is, 2 hours. He's way more active than... This is the Taz I'm used to, is this one right here, sleeping all the time. First thing we're going to do, nice and slow, we're going to go single leg. So these are balance. Sorry. Kind of lied. Said we're going to do maybe some. This whole next section is balance. We're going to come up, hold the knee for 2 counts, take it back down, tap the toe, and back up. When you tap that toe, use that as your balance. Get yourself centered. You're over that stationary leg, right over the top of it. You're not coming back to the middle. All the weight's here, little bend in the knee, and then bring that other foot up, hold, and back down. If you want, arms out to the sides, shoulder blades back. If that helps you at all, and bring it back down. Another thing you can do is squeeze the chest, bring it in together. What you're going to do is you're going to contract those abs. Once those abs are solid, you stand a much better chance of staying in place. Your balance will be so much better. That's why strong abs are so important. Another reason to work your abs. Up, 2 counts, and down. We're going to the other side. So you should have felt that on the stationary leg. Up through the hips, through the glutes. So we're thinking about this leg that we're bringing up, but all the work is happening in that stationary leg, that stance leg. That's the one you want to think about. Up. 2 seconds. And back down. So I can feel my foot wobbling around down there. That ankle's working like crazy to hold me flat. Keep that foot flat on the floor. And back down nice and slow. Up. Hold. And back down. Again, arms out to the sides. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Tighten up the core. Whatever you need to do. Look around. Try different things. See what helps you to hold your balance the best. But you're concentrating on that foot staying flat on the floor. Up. And back down. One more time. Up. Hold for 2 counts. And bring it down. All right. Curtsy lunge. We did the skaters. Bring the foot back. But we are going to do a curtsy lunge. Front leg, knee toe. Knee stays right over the ankle, pointing in the same direction. Back leg, you're coming down just a little bit. You're bending at the knee. Again, all the weight is back. Push up. Staying on that side, down. And drive up. One more time, down. And up. Take it to the other side. Step around. There's more to this. There's definitely more to this. Don't worry. We're going to get way more. Oops, I switched sides. Don't switch sides. Stay on the one side. And up. Don't do what I do. Do as I say, not as I do. Push up. Hips right over that back leg, that heel. Drive through that front heel and bring it up. Down. Hips as straight as you can get them as you're doing this. So this stationary leg, the stance leg, hip stays forward. So just get a feel for this, making sure that you're not hurting the knee by letting it drop out. And push up. I see that in so many videos I watch for fitness videos in classes. The instructor will let that knee drop out. You don't want it there. You want it right over the ankle. And back up again. All right. Step back. And push up through the front leg. Just like we did in warm-ups. Reverse lunge. This time you can alternate. Back. And up, pushing through that heel. Take your time. Here's what we're going to add to this. Back. Up. And then down, switching to the other side. Back. Knee up. This thing, knee up. And then back down. Step it back into a reverse lunge. Push through that front leg. As you do, bring that knee up and step down. Back. Take your time. Slower you go, the more everything else has to work. And up. And bring it back down. If you go fast, there's nothing to that. You're not going to make those muscles work. It is roll, push, lift, knee up. One more time. Back. Up. And down. This is the one I was excited about. Here's what we're going to do. Back to knee up. Put the foot down. Step back. Knee up. And down. Other side. Curtsy lunge. Pushing up through that front leg. The back leg is going to come around and up right in front. Foot down. Step back. and up. Where you can make this a little more intense if you want to, if you can, back into that curtsy and down, knee up, hold here, and then go right into a reverse lunge, knee back up and down, other side, around. If that doesn't work, then you're going to come up, stop here, find your balance again, do the reverse, knee up, and always coming back. Right here, this is your idle. This is making sure that you have your balance before you start the next move. Back, otherwise, up, step back, up, and back down. Curtsy lunge, step it around. This is the hardest part right here, bringing the knee around and up, back. It's that rotation that gets where it gets really difficult. So if you can, think about it. Around, push, go nice and slow. Feel that hip rotate as it comes around and back down. Step it back, roll, and push up. Again, slower you can go. Down, push up through that heel, leg around, knee up, step back, high knee, and down. One more. Up, knee up, and down. Step it back. When I said one more, I mean both sides. Up and back down. Last one. Last one for sure. This time, push. Front leg. Up, back, and up, and bring it down. That is the hardest exercise you will do all day, I promise. All right, at least in my class. Opposite arm, opposite leg up. Hold, and back down again. Kind of slowing it down here. We had a lot of movement on that last one. It's just up and back down. As always, tap the toe if you need to. Bring the arm up. Then lift the toe off the floor and then drop the foot. Get your balance here first if you need to. If moving that arm and leg at the same time is too much, get that leg set first. Tap out. Whoa. Find your balance. Lift the toe. And then bring it all back down. Otherwise, if you can, arm and leg, stationary leg doing all the work, or trying to, and back. That little bobble there, that's good. I'm looking for that. That's what helps my brain work better. Up, if anything can, and back down, up, and back one more time. Bring it up. Hold, and back down. Again. 2 weights. This is the second thing I was excited about. I love these exercises. We're going to put them on the floor. Side by side. When I say side by side, like with some girth between them, some width. So what you want to be able to do is step between and have the weight still be just a little bit out on the sides. First thing we're going to do, could be easy. One leg up, tap the weight, foot up and back down. That was not easy. Let's try this again. Up. Stay on that single leg. Tap. Bring up. Tap as lightly as you can on the weights. Up. Up. Bring it back in. Hips stay straight on all of this. Fine motor muscles. Control of your movements. Up. Finding your center. Working your core. Taking that single leg. Moving it around. Controlling how slow that toe goes down. You're not using it for balance. You're not setting it on it. That's why I like to use balls for this one. Because then you can't set your foot on it. You have to just tap it. You can't put the weight on the ball because it'll roll. Tap and back, up, tap, and back. One more time. Up and back. Okay. Between the weights. Between the weights. Same thing. Out to the side. Over the top, up, tap, in, and back. Shift side, up, tap lightly. Bring it right back up again. Out, light. You don't even want to feel it. Just barely. 11-11, make a wish. Back out, tap, up, and in, over, and in, One more time, up, tap the toe, and bring it back in. Next one, we're going to go over the weight. Here, if you have a ball, something that's a little higher, it's even better. This is a little high, but what you're looking to do is come up. This forces you to lift that leg up and over, coming into that side or that wide stance, then push up, lift, and back in. That is pretty high. If you've got something that's a little bit lower, or you can stack the weights, put 2, whatever you do, get that, keep raising that up. This is something you should be doing at home. I mean, not just here at home, but, all the time. Up, tap, shift your weight, back into the middle, pushing off, slowly lift and step. Because the higher you get it, the more the hip flexors and quadriceps have to work, and the longer this other leg has to work. Plus, balance is a lot higher or harder the higher you bring that knee up. Up and in, up, step out, and back in, both legs. Over, this means you have to step a little wider, and then bring that other foot up and down. Again, take your time, because what's going to happen is, since you have this wide stance, you're going to push off harder with this back foot. You want to catch yourself right in the middle and then step down. Find your balance on that single leg first. Up. Always make sure you're getting wide enough out so that you got room for that, so you have room for that trailer leg. Goodness gracious, sakes alive. Out and back. I did not leave enough room. I'm looking forward, not at my feet. Down, over, up, and back down. Step it up. And over, back, up and in, over. I said last week I was going to try to get this in. We did not have time. Go back to the middle. So I got it in this time. The other thing you can do is weight in front, put them side by side, and then you have to step over and back and back. But we don't have time for that. Grab your weights. No, put your weights away. Grab them so you can put them away. So again, like I said, if you've got, grab your mat, grab your water. If you've got a ball, and this is what we used to do in class when we did live classes, it was step and step. The hardest one was up, tap the ball, in and down. With a lot of people, I do that from a seated position because they have no control over those calf muscles and the shin muscles. So instead of them putting the foot on and risk them falling, we start out doing that from a seated position and back in, getting those muscles strong before we have them stand up to do it. Down and up. So there's that. Did you grab your mat yet? Did you get it? Set it down on the floor? Not, you should have. You ready? No weights on the floor. You don't need them. No need. Down we go. So lower back on the floor, feet up. Squeeze the lower abs, roll the hips up. So you're taking those hips and rolling up, not squeezing the glutes. It's not pushing out through the bottom. This one, this is not a glute bridge. This is a lower ab hip tuck. And back down. So what you should feel is that lower back coming down to the floor. And up. Arms out to the sides to start out with. Lower back on the floor, going to just a march. Up and up. Keep the knee at 90 as you do that. Don't tuck. No tucking. Up and back down. Hip flexors. Going crazy here. Really doing the work to pull it in. Get it up there. Squeeze just a little bit. And back down. Up. Nice and tight and back down. Couple more. Squeeze it. Bring it back. So as you get that lower back on the floor, you bring that leg up. Tailbone comes off the floor because you're rolling that hip forward. Squeezing tight. Exhaling. And then back down again. One more time up. One more time each side. And down. Other side up. And back down. Hands behind the thighs. Knees up toward the ceiling. Knees bent at 90. You're going to release on one side. tap the toe, up and back. So what you're looking for here is do not roll to the side as you take your hand away and bring that foot down. Keep that lower back on the floor, up and hold. Work those lower abs, get that hip tucked in, down and up. Grab the back of the thigh, other side. Tap the toe only. Here again, we're working those fine motor muscles, taking it down slowly, tapping just the toe, and then bringing it back up again. Other side down. If this is doable for you, you can let go of the arms. You can let go of the thighs with the arms and just do that tap. Arms out to the side to start out so you don't twist. And then you can start bringing them in closer to the torso, holding you steady. And then eventually, as the core gets stronger, you can do it without the arms on the ground, but do not let the lower back twist. Do not pass go. Don't do that stuff. And back up, down, and up. All right. One leg out, one knee up. So this is a McGill crunch. You're stabilizing with that foot on the floor, knee pointed toward the ceiling. So for me, left foot is on the floor, knees to the ceiling, right leg is fully extended. This protects the lower back because you've got that brace leg down. So if you have any problems with your lower back at all, this is a great way to do it, especially if your core is not as strong as it needs to be quite yet. It's still getting there. We're going to squeeze the lower abs to get that lower back on the floor. Squeeze the upper abs to get the shoulders up and back down. So it's squeeze it and back down. Again, remember how much your shoulder blades come off the floor is more intense, but it may be super intense for you. Just squeezing that core and the shoulder blades just release a little bit. You just may feel less pressure on the shoulder blades. Up and back down. Use that leg for brace. If your hips start twisting at all, that's what it's down there for. And back, switch legs. Other side, left leg extended, right foot on the floor, knee toward the ceiling. Take it right back up again. Squeeze. And back down, couple more. Up. Hold. And back down. Again, up is wherever you can get those shoulder blades up to without leaning forward, without the chin to the chest. That's the key right there. Don't let the chin come to the chest. The minute you do, you're stretching that back, putting stress on the neck and all the way down the spine to the lower back. One more time. Up. Squeeze it. And back down. Hands out to the side, knees up. One leg at a time. So we're in a crook position. Hands out to the side, perpendicular to the torso. Take the left leg and just drop that knee out to the side, letting the ankle roll out. Other knee, keep it right up to the ceiling. Don't let it go out. Don't let it follow the other leg. That left leg just goes down as far as it can. Shoulders stay flat on the floor so you're not hurting the lower back. And then bring it back up. If you have any problems bringing it back up and you're twisting, use the left hand to help it up. Using the groin muscles. But again, if they're not strong enough to bring that leg in, don't twist the lower back trying hard. Out to the other side. Right leg out. Drop the knee. Let it just sit out there for a couple seconds. So incorporating some stretches. Bring the knee back in again. Into the core exercises because we did work the hips the entire way through that first three sections of the class. Down. Exhale as you come up, making sure that lower back stays flat on the floor. Arms are helping that. Down and up. To make the core, work the core a little harder. If you can, bring the arms down toward the torso, toward the hips, using the arms less to bring that leg back up without twisting. And eventually you get to that point where you don't even have to have the hands on the floor. You can just squeeze that lower back down and bring that leg up and you have no twist whatsoever. Down and back up. All right. Keep the knees where they are. Staying in the crook position, we're going to go back into that crunch. but we're going to bring the feet up at the same time. So it's up, knees stay bent, lower back hits the floor, and back down. Small move, very small move. All you want is that lower back on the floor, squeezing those lower abs, tuck a little bit to bring those heels up off the floor, shoulders off the floor a little bit. Full exhale. As you come down slow, keeping that lower back on the floor. That's the eccentric part of the move. That's where all sorts of work happens that we miss when we just drop back down to the floor. We lose half of the exercise if we go fast. We have to fight gravity all the way down, working those muscles up and back down. Remember, stay at the top for just a count or 3. Up, squeeze it, and back down one more time. Up and back down. Again, legs extended, arms extended. In the rack, back of the hands on the floor. Heels on the floor. Stretch the calf muscles by bringing the toes in toward the torso. That's always fun to say. Toes in toward the torso. And bring it up to the middle. Squeeze it all together. Grab on, going into a cradle. Bring those knees in toward the torso, or the thighs in toward the torso. A little extra stretch through the lower back. Out again. This time toes are extended, stretching out the shins. A couple deep breaths. Bring it into the middle. Hold it all together. And back down. Again, knees back up. Grab onto the thighs, knees at 90. Start here first. We're going to extend the legs up, keeping the lower back on the floor, and back down. So one way you can do this that makes it just a little bit harder is one leg at a time. The important piece here is keeping that stationary leg knee at 90, working those quadriceps all the way through this. So we never give them a rest. We're keeping them under tension all the time, not letting your back twist. So this may be fairly easy for you this way, but if you can, arms out, over, keep the knees at 90 without using the hands. That's a lot harder. Those quadriceps are really getting involved now. And down, lower back stays on the floor, always working those lower abs. This is a full 45-second lower ab contraction. Up, isometric, 10 seconds. Hamstrings, pull the leg back down. Quadriceps, bring the leg up. And feet down. Cross the feet. Right leg over to the left. Hands out to the sides. In the T, drop both legs out to the left side. Not very far. You're going to get a good stretch through the hips on this one. Deep breath in. Make sure those shoulders are flat on the floor. Don't let them go. Bring the legs back up again. Drop them out to the right side. Over. Over and out. So now the stretch should be on the left hip. Deep breath, bring it back in. Switch legs. And same thing, drop to the right. Deep breath, exhale, let it drop just a little bit more. Feeling a tweak in your lower back, get out of it immediately. And down. Really for this one, always keep your hands straight out to the sides, perpendicular to the torso. Let it drop. And bring it back in. Knees stay up. How much time we got left? Not a lot. All right, let's just go ahead and sit up. Add one more really good stretch, too. Darn it. Up. Shoulder blades back, chest is out. Going to go into a rotation. Right arm outside the left knee. Shoulder blades are back. Chest out. Eyes on the horizon. Get that arm back as a kickstand. I had mine too far to the side. I need them shoulders straight. Scoop the shoulder blades back as you're going into that turn. Deep breath. Exhale, coming back to center. Other side. Outside. Roll the shoulders back. twist, twist. And remember that from the Flintstones? Twitch, twitch. There's a place I know where the hipsters go called Bedrock. All right, so we're gonna get the piriformis. Left knee up, right ankle on the shin. Walk it up. Wherever you need to be, looking for that stretch on the outside of the hip. So you just take it, slide it up the shin as far as you need to. All you want to feel are those muscles on the outside of the hip going into the medial glute on the outside of the butt in the middle. And relax. Other side, right knee up, left ankle on that shin and push it back. Come in closer. Do whatever you need to do to get into those shin muscles or into those piriformis muscles on the side of the hip. And down and up, down and up. Push through. Whole lot of lower body going on. Next week, you're going to see a lot of upper body. You're going to see it. We got to even it out, balancing all things. Feet wide. Hit those hamstrings. Push the butt out into a side lunge, shoulder square to the floor. Toes pointed forward. Remember, knee does not go forward. Knee does not go to the side. Butt goes right straight back. Knee stays over the ankle the whole way. Push up through the heel to come back up. Down. Again, don't let the knee go out. Bad, bad. Roll the hips and push back up. Again, down, arms forward this time, stretching out the back, getting down to that lower back. Roll through the hips, bring the arms up overhead into a side bend, stretching out the outside of that hip, kick it out. Come on down over the top. Use that top hand, bring you back up to the other side. Down, down on top. Feet stay flat on the floor. Kick that hip out on the other side. Use the hand to bring you back up. And arms down, behind the back. Roll the shoulder blades back, chest is out. Deep breath in. Fingers do not have to intertwine. You may just bring them back. Maybe the fingertips touch, hold each other, or just bring the shoulder blades back. Whatever works for your shoulders. And release. Down underneath. Arms up overhead. Deep breath in. Push the stomach out. We are not going to bring it down. We're going to take one more stretch through the upper back. Bring the palms down, facing out. Roll the shoulder blades, chin to chest. As far as you can get. Stretch through the middle of the back, all the way up to the neck. And bring it back. Up overhead. Now we go for the big finale. Down. Roll the hips. Remember that from the Big Fig Newton commercial? The big finale. Deep breath in, stomach out, exhale. One more time, up. Deep breath in, stomach out, and bring the arms down. Nice and slow as you exhale. Good job. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. I will see you either later this week or next week. Thanks, guys. Hi, Mary. Thank you, Mary. Appreciate the email. Thank you so much. You bet. Thank you. Dana, what is it? Heels? Forward lunge? Back foot. Okay. So when you do a forward lunge, all the work is happening in this rear chain of that back leg. So you're pushing, first of all, don't push off the toe when you come back. Lift the toes first. Put the weight into that back leg. So you don't want to get out real far because you can't get back again. Step out just a little bit. Lift that leg. Now the back leg is doing all the work. Weight should be in the back half of the foot. The back one. The back one. That's the only one that's on the floor. No. For a forward lunge, it's always the middle. It's always that stationary leg and up. So if you go back, now it's the front leg, but it's still that stationary leg that you put the weight into the heel, pushing down, and then bring that other leg up. Correct. That's where all the work is happening, from the ball of the foot to the heel on the non-moving leg. You should feel it all the way up that back chain. Yep. Well, and I'm sorry, because it's the only foot on the floor. I've never really said that. So I just kind of have that as you bring it back. No, I'm sorry. I will try to give better explanations on that. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. You bet, Dana. See you Wednesday. Bye. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Karen, is your voice back? Karen, are you back? All right. Stella. All right. Closing time. See you later this week.